Hello friends, welcome to today's video, and today I am going to answer some questions that even troubled me for quite a bit of time. Why only few people working in the same conditions end up into mental or physical stress and rest of the people are not at all affected with that? Why in spite of living in the same conditions, in spite of living in the same surroundings, only few people tend to get diseases, but most of the other people are not affected by this? This was a question that troubled me a lot. And then I did a little bit of research, and what I found was the reason behind this was their psychological hardiness. So today let us discuss about what is psychological hardiness, how it was found, and what are the ways that you can increase the psychological hardiness. So, welcome. This is Ashish Nagar. I am an NLP health, wellness, and life coach, and I have been helping people out in dealing with their day to day stresses and problems related to stress. So, let's move on to the main topic. What is actually psychological hardiness? In 1970, there was a study that was done on a telecommunication company in America. And the psychologists who were studying did a research or did a study of 200 people working in one typical office. And in the same office, they found out that they took an assessment of stress in those people. The common thing in between these peoples was that they were suffering from some or the other type of illness that started only 3 to 6 months back. When an assessment was done, they found that that particular office in the telecommunication company was undergoing a sort of job stress as they were working on tie-up with AT&T. There, this process of change, this process of conversion, this process of overwork was actually leading people to get stress and to get symptoms, mild or moderate or severe symptoms related to stress. Out of these 200 people, they found that 100 people were having severe diseases related to stress, and another 100 people are having mild complaints. For example, mild headache or mild stress or mild, the usual routine stress that you face in day to day life. Now, when they did a study in detail that what were the strategies these people were using differently, that 100 people were into severe complications related to stress, and whereas the other 100 people were mild, having mild stress and mild things. They all were working in the same office, they all were undergoing the same type of stress, but still there was something that was differentiating the way they dealt with the stress. And on a deeper assessment, they took a questionnaire from these people, and they found out there were typical some triads of the 100 people who were mildly affected with the same type of workload. There was a massive change in the working of that particular sector of the company. There was a massive change in the way the sector dealt with, because when they were going for a higher tie-up, they were getting they have to reform so many SOPs in the company. They have to reform so many things in the company. And when they were trying to reform these things in the company, it was having a lot of mental load on these 200 people who were involved in developing new strategies and new SOPs with that was associated with the tie-up that they are going to have with AT&T. A detailed assessment of this particular thing showed that these people showed a sort of psychological hardiness. Now, what is psychological hardiness? Psychological hardiness is a sense of control, a sense of commitment, and a sense of willingness to adapt to the new job work that they were having. Again, psychological hardiness is your control, commitment, and willingness to accept the changes that were taking place, the reform that was taking place in the company. And what made the difference was their perspective in related to the same type of stress or the same type of job change or job work that they were facing. So they found out that there are four things which actually give you psychological hardiness. They listed down four triads of those 100 people who were mildly affected with this change and with this stress. Whereas the other 100 people were not able to cope up with this particular change that was, or this reform that was taking place in the company as a whole and in their department as a part of their job that they had was their belief. The beliefs that the 100 people who were mildly affected had about their job and their work, and the belief that the rest of the 100 people who were severely affected were not having. What are these four strong beliefs that helped the other 100 people to cope up with the stress or to adjust themselves with the changing role and responsibility that they were getting? The first thing out of this whole was their attitude towards change. They thought that change is inevitable and it is a necessary part, it is an essential part of their working. They accepted change as something that is a positive and that is something that is inevitable. You cannot restrict this. If you want growth in your life, if you want growth in your sector, if you want growth in your job, you need to change. And this change that was taking place was a positive and inevitable part of their life and their job. The other 100 people who were severely affected could not adjust to this change. They could not accept that change is a part of life, and they felt that this change is overburdening them or it is actually loading them with something that was unexpected. And so they could not handle this additional stress that was placed on them with the changing role in the company. The second belief of the people who were not affected with stress was that change is not going to affect their achievement. Normally, what we think is that when we are trying to change, we feel that this change is going to affect your achievement level. Or when their roles change, when their responsibilities change, whatever they had done till now in their job will be washed out. All their achievements that they achieved in their present working profile, they thought they will be losing these achievements in the new working profile that was being developed in this 7 to 8 months. And the other 100 people who are not affected with any type of change were feeling that change is a way of further achievement. It is not going to suppress their workability, it is not going to suppress their performance, and it is not going to keep them away from achievement. So the way they looked at change was they looked at positive and they said that if we can achieve something in the present profile that we were working, we can even keep that achievement in the new profile that was given to them. And this was the second important thing. This was the second important belief that change is not going to wash out their achievements. Rather, change is going to increase and intensify their achievements. The third thing they found out in people who were not affected with the change was they strongly believed that whatever happens to us cannot be controlled. The company was going into tie-up with a higher company. The company needed to upgrade its systems in an attempt to adjust with the new status that the company will be getting after the tie-up. And these 200 policy builder people who were working and researching on policies accepted that this is going to happen. But how you take it is the difference. What is the impact of this particular thing on you? Few people who were in their comfort zone, they were conditioned in their present mental status. They thought that the change is going to be negative and probably the company is not yet ready to take up this change. And so they were afraid of the change and they started withdrawing internally, although they were working for the change, but internally they could not accept that change in their life. You know that environment is uncontrollable. We cannot control what goes around us and what is happening around us. But what we can control is what impact it has on you. This is the main issue you have to understand, that it is in your hand to decide the impact of anything going around you. So the third belief in these people was that whatever happens in the world is okay. But when this thing is done positively, then it will not have that high negative impact. It's how you look at the situations and the things going around you. So the third belief of people with psychological hardiness is that whatever happens cannot be controlled, but what impact it makes on you can definitely be controlled by the way you react to it. And the fourth and the last thing that they found out, that the psychological hardiness people had, or the people with psychological hardiness displayed, was that they were deeply involved in the job and in their families. They saw this particular reformation, they saw this particular change as giving them a sense of direction and excitement. It was giving them a sense of direction that your job profile is changing. You are upgrading the company, the job profile, as well as the company's profile. They saw it as a positive direction, and they even saw it as excitement. And this particular sense of commitment, this particular sense of direction, this particular sense of excitement gave them the power to withhold the change positively. So these four things give you a sense of control, a sense of commitment, and a sense of willingness to accept what is happening around you. You are in stress whenever you feel that the external environment or the external things are not in your control. Secondly, you feel a resistance when you are not committed to what you are doing. And thirdly, if you are doing something against your will, if you are not working in the direction of where your mind is guiding you, definitely you will have a negative impact of that thing on you. A person who is not ready to go for a change cannot be changed with whatever external force is given to them. So in this study, they found out that these were the four belief triads. These were the four strong basic beliefs which actually pushed the people to tackle the change and handle the change effectively, positively, and in a controlled manner. And this then was termed as psychological hardiness. So to summarize, psychological hardiness is a sense of control, that is a sense of control over how you are reacting to the change taking place around you. It was a sense of commitment to let that change happen. It was a sense of commitment that actually pushed them, that they actively participated in the change rather than getting passively pulled into the change. And thirdly, they had a positive attitude that this change is not going to take away their achievement, and this change is an inevitable part of the life. It is something that will happen. If they don't do it uh, actively right now, they have to go through it passively. And this particular mindset actually helped them to deal with whatever reformation was taking place positively, and that reduced their effect of stress. Normally, also in our day-to-day life, we often face various situations. We often face various circumstances. We often face various surrounding environmental influences that are somewhere letting us to change. If you accept it as a commitment, if you accept it as if you are in control and this is a positive change, if you accept it willingly, you will be less stressed. The new job profile, the new profile of the company, and the new SOPs were definitely going to change the way the company was working. But at the end of the day, it was going towards a higher standard. It was going to raise the standard. So if you want to deal with the day-to-day changes that are taking place in your life and the day-to-day changes that are actually taking place while you are working or while you are positively involved, then this particular change is going to give a positive effect and reduce the stress. And along with that, you have to show excitement and you have to show a sense of direction that you are accepting the change positively. So these are the 4 points that are actually going to give you psychological hardiness. With this, I come to an end. If you have liked the video, please do not forget to subscribe my channel and please do not forget to turn on the notification so that you are informed whenever I post a new video and when I post a new knowledge that will help you live your life without stress and without any physical problems related to stress.